Hi, everyone. Good morning.
Morning, Judith.
Hey, morning, Dale. Gosh, I'm so excited to be here this morning to do this demo for you. As Bhavik said, my name is Judith, and I am FIU's celebrity chef, at least in my own mind. I would like to do a demo for you today on sexy food presentations. So I wanted to show you, first of all, what our normal restaurant food presentation looks like. So this is steak, potatoes, asparagus. You've seen it many times, I'm sure. And here we have a dessert, pound cake with a little bit of pudding, whipped cream, and some raspberry sauce. And this is just a regular presentation. Now I'm going to take these two plates, I'm going to put them off to the side, and I'm going to show you how we can build an awesome, sexy plate. The first thing you need to do is always start with a white plate. White is like a blank canvas. We are food scientists and we're also food artists. So I've got some lovely white plates here, big round ones. I also have these long rectangular white plates that are also very much in vogue. Either shape is good, as odd as you can get it, but keep it white is always nice. So I'm going to start with this nice big round plate. And the first thing I'm going to do is, I've got a little bit of sauce that I made here. It's a very rich coffee demi-glace that I'm using for the base for my steak. We're going to keep it simple. I put a little bit of sauce in the middle and just swirl it around a little bit. Freeform is fine. Don't feel as if everything has to be perfect. Actually, the trend nowadays is to go with a more natural look. Okay? There's my steak that I put into the middle. Now, if we're going to serve steak, we need potatoes. So I've got some nice potato spares here that I've roasted off. I'm just going to crisscross. Let's go ahead and put 3, because we've got some hungry guys, I'm sure, out there in the crowd. And we need some vegetables. So I've got some Brussels sprouts that I'm just going to take and put on the plate. It's kind of loosely. And less is more when you're doing these types of presentations. I turn that over and kind of just double it up. Less is more. Now, to complement that, got a little bit of a parsley olive oil that I made, like a thick parsley puree. And I'm just going to take my spoon and do a couple little drips on the plate. Right. And then we have some roasted garlic, right? What's a steak without a little roasted garlic? So put some on there as well. We like to do things in odd numbers when you can. 3 is good. You notice that fell off a little bit. Not a big deal. Creme de la creme is a roasted red pepper cream, and I'm just going to let that ooh and ah here. And since I'm working with roasted red pepper, I'm going to go ahead and add, I'm using my fingers for this one because this is really kind of fine and nimble. I'm putting a couple more pieces of roasted red pepper. And the final touch, couple sprinkles of parsley right on top. Okay. And there we have a beautiful, I don't know if you can see it, sexy plate. Here's our original, and here's a finished product. Oh, sorry. Let me put it down. Let's see a little bit better.
Only if we had smell-o-vision.
Yeah.
So we like to teach our students to make our plates more interesting and more modern because you can make a lot more money just by the presentation alone. People eat with their eyes first, and so the more interesting the plate, the more profitable the restaurant, generally speaking.
Chef, may I ask a question?
Sure.
Is that the same amount of food on each plate?
This one has a little bit more food than the first one, in that it's got, no, it's about the same. I think the Brussels sprouts are a little bit larger, but the quantity is about the same. Any other questions? No? All right,
Any
let's
other question before the chef goes on to the next plate?
Pardon?
No? Okay. No more questions on this side, Judith. It's all you.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm now going to do a dessert plate for you. And everyone knows that when we go out to eat, the best way to end the meal and leave a lasting impression is with a fabulous dessert. And as a reminder, this is a pretty decent dessert. It's pound cake. It's got a little bit of vanilla pudding, whipped cream, some raspberries, and some chocolate sauce. This is an okay restaurant presentation. This dessert, this plate alone, would fetch probably about $5. All right. Now I'm going to make you a $12 dessert plate. Same ingredients. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pudding here. All right, and I'm using the outside rim of the plate, about half of it. You don't have to be perfect with this. And by the way, I know you guys aren't chefs, but if you throw dinner parties at home, or if you want to surprise your loved one, Valentine's Day, birthday, special occasion, or maybe just Friday, you can hopefully use some of these tips. All right, so I smeared my pudding on here. The next step is we have our pound cake. And rather than put just a piece of pound cake on the plate, I'd like to make it a little more interesting. And so I'm going to cut it into pieces. And I'm leaving the brown part on the pound cake because that will give it some interesting color. Now I'm just going to put my pound cake around on here. You can stand some of them up. The pudding acts as a really great, terrific glue, so that makes it very nice. Now, in addition to the pound cake, we want to have some crunch. So I've got some graham crackers, and I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit into my pudding mixture. And again, free form is awesome. Now, we got pudding, pound cake, crackers. How about if we do just a little bit of chocolate sauce here? Just to give it a little ooh la la, make it more interesting. Okay. And of course, we want to put in the raspberries. Keep it very kind of free form here. And then I'm going to put a little bit of this cream, little whipping cream, but I'm just going to put small, tiny dollops. We don't need a whole lot here. Go. Cut back on the calories a little bit, right? And last but not least, for our plate presentation, we have some edible flowers that we're just going to use to make this plate really, really sexy. Okay. I'm going to clean off this side a little bit. And if you wanted to balance it out just a tad, and make it even more interesting, I take a little chocolate sauce, and I'm just going to make one big smear on the side. Okay? And now, can you see this? We've got a $12 plate. That's it. So here's our first plate of pudding, and here is our second plate that we would sell.
Nice.
Thank you, Judith, very much. Do you guys have any questions for Chef Williams? Anything at all about the facility, about the space?
If I may, I'll share with you that this facility, like Dean Hampton said earlier, is truly a state-of-the-art facility. And we love working in the restaurant kitchen and the restaurant management lab. One of the benefits for us is that we can use all of the audio-visual. We can break the groups out. We can watch the kitchen when we're in the dining room. When we're in the kitchen, we can watch the dining room. The parents that come for our events, they love watching their children, their students, their kids in the kitchen actually cooking. And we have multiple screens, so it's really a wonderful thing. Our podium is great. We're able to do all sorts of bells and whistles and free screens and draw on it. And so we have a really good time in the class. Come on down and visit. It's warm in the winter here.
Thank you, Chef Williams. I know you need to leave at 10, so I'll turn it back over to Bhavik myself.
Thank you, Dale. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.